Hey guys, James here at TCG University, coming back at you with another best stand deck. I'm here with
Noah. Sorry, my voice is complete ass right now.
So I get to do the intro.
James will hopefully be front loading a lot.
Today we're going to be going over a deck I've been messing around with, playing and having some fun with. We're talking about Hythlodeus Scions. My deck is not super maxed to just doing the Hythlo thing. I want it to be like, I just want it to be like a cat. What is it? Cat 14, right?
Cat 14, baby.
Cat 14 Scions engine type of deck. So Scions is our main engine. Hythlodeus is our cool, fun combo we play in the deck. So we're gonna, like always, we're gonna go over the what's the order? It's
So we're gonna go over the core of the deck, the techs, the weaknesses, the summons, and lastly the limits.
Yes.
We'll jump right into it with the core. Take it away, James.
So the core is easy. You got I'll start out with Imiselch. I think that's the frontliner. Imiselch is the idea around the deck. Outside of being just a base Scions deck, he is what we want to get going with the deck. His ability is when you play a 6-drop or more Earth dude, you get to 8k a dude.
When you
Pretty
say
cool.
Earth dude, do you mean forward or character?
No, character.
Thank you.
6-drop or more character. He's real cool at just killing a dude sometimes. But the main reason we're playing him is he also has Brave, right? Oh, no. Yeah, Hythlo is Brave.
Hythlo has Brave.
Which is a weird thing because you want to get rid of it. Imiselch says on play you search for a 6-drop or more Earth character. Which is really neat because you can search a bunch of different things. And a bunch of things. The only thing, I used to play both his Stolas, the 6-drop Earth one as a target. For easy reasons, just making sure the deck funnels very easily. We took it out and just played 3 Hythlo instead. Just making sure we have the Hythlo combo. Hythlos are only 6-drop that we search off of Imiselch in this deck, but it's the only one we need. It's not that deck, sorry.
I thought it was. Nope, it's Marv.
It is. Also a Hythlo deck. But yeah, so Imiselch is Hythlo, so we'll talk to Hythlo next. Hythlodeus is a 6-drop Brave dude that you don't care that it has any other text but the main text of. If Imiselch is on the board, it becomes a 3-drop, which is sick. Easy play. And then tap him and pitch both him and Imiselch from your board to the discard pile. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Play all 4 of them, all 4 characters. Play 4.
Shuffle. Reveal 4.
Shuffle. Reveal 4. Play all the characters that you reveal. Because I don't believe you can play summons. I don't think so. I've never tried. But so you reveal all 4 and you just play whatever. The main reason this deck, I have a lot of fun with this deck, is you could just go off for no reason because the funny thing about Hythlodeus is it's Cat 14. So all you gotta do is you looking to see if it's
play any number of characters.
The cool thing about it being a Cat 14 is a Stola gives a haste. So you can play a Stola, tap a Stola to give the Hythlo haste. Because all you have to do for a Stola, for her ability, is you tap a active Job Scion, and then choose a Cat 14 forward and give it haste and first strike. The first strike will never matter in the Hythlo combo, but the haste is really cool because it lets you just auto go, bip, 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 clear your board, play cool dudes. The weirdest part about this deck, and is the weirdest part, is I'll play it like 1 to 2 backups, like the most of the entire game, and then the moment I pop up Hythlo, I end up with like 4 dudes on the board, 4 backups, and I'm sitting there with no advantage gained, but for some reason my board doubled into nothing.
Yeah, it's also crazy because you play 15 backups and they're all like you have 6, so you have 1 extra backup if you were able to put every single one out.
Yeah,
one of them doesn't get played out, but like.
And for whatever reason, I always draw either the same backup or I just don't see them. And this happens to be a problem I have with a lot of different decks. Mm-hmm. For whatever reason, is I just don't see actual backups. Mm-hmm. So going into the other 2, what other 2 did you make?
It's your core.
Oh, yeah. Alphanaut and Alice are 2 very strong cards with this deck. I chose this specific Alice over the other one. We are not needing to be an aggro, like, let's get Estola out and do Estola combos. You can if you want. I actually think it's a viable option. I think Scions going forward is going to be a very cool Mono Lightning deck. Because you have a lot of cool Mono Lightning core, and then just Mono Lightning in general is just a very fun like toolbox deck. And the core of Scions now is just incredibly good. Especially with things like Grahatia, Estinian, and Thancred. But the reason we play this LSA is this LSA says not only does it at damage 3, right? You're right there. It's damage 3. Just to make sure, yeah. Damage 3, you get to pick up 1 Job Scion from your discard pile to your hand. But when she enters the field, you can pick up any forward from your discard pile. So that means if we need to early game to set up, or if for a reason our opponent amas us or whatever for our Hythlo or our Immelselch, we can pick it back up and still get to combos. Means we're not super afraid to pitch, but sometimes it's still scary to pitch. And then Alphanod's very easy. It's a 2-drop backup that says tap and put him in the discard pile, play an LSA Dole onto the field, which is really cool because it just says for breaking a backup you get to add 2 cards to your hand as this deck, because you just go to damage 3 and just go pick up 2 cards, put an LSA on board. Woo! Super fun combos. Those are the main cores of the deck. The cool 3 at the top are the combo itself. You put in the Selch out, you get the card. You put a Stola, you put out the Hythlo, you tap the Stola, give the haste, do the Hythlo combo. The LSA and the Alphanod are more like setup cards or to like boost your board state. They're very good at resetting the game if for whatever reason you get board wiped afterwards or just can't get there yet. On to the tech. There's a lot of cool things you can play.
Okay, so I threw cards in because I told you to review this later. I told James to review this.
I have no problem with anything but the top left one.
The top left one is the techiest tech.
He's
not
cool.
Good. He's a techie tech.
He's very cool.
So,
but like, it's just he's not a Scion. It sucks.
Yeah. None of these others are. Another one's not Scions, but it's really good for your deck.
It's very good in this deck.
So we'll start with the first one. In the top left, it's Forchenault. I really hope I'm saying that right. I haven't gotten that far in 14 yet. He's a job member of the Forum. 8K 4 cost. The cost required to cast him is reduced by 2 for each card name LSA or card name Alphanod you control. When he enters the field, you can select up to 1 of the 2 following actions. Choose a forward your opponent controls, return to their hand, so he basically is a free bounce. Or choose a job sign instead of Dawn, activate it. He's just there because he runs really well with.
Do you know what I wish I had?
He's removal for like a kill turn.
I wish it said you can only play this if you control. He still gets the nade cost, but you can only play him if you control one or each for Alistair Alphanod. And I wish it had back attack, and the only thing it did was activate.
God, if it had back attack, it'd be so cool.
It'd be really cool to back attack, put it in, to then tap a Scion to give it haste to push for a last minute point damage. That's the only thing I'm saying is he doesn't do a whole lot, but I like the activate with this Stola.
Next one is Regis, who states when he enters the field, choose 2 forwards other than light or dark that have gone to the break zone this turn, play him back onto the field. So Regis essentially helps reset up for your Hythlodeus combo.
He is the best card to hit off of the combo.
You play it, don't you?
Yeah, I play 3. Yeah, the deck has 3.
Next, we have LSA. I think this is Opus
18?
18 or 19?
Yeah, it's also the pre-release card.
My favorite LSA. That says on play.
That's weird because the other one I play is my actual favorite.
This one says on play, choose a forward or job sign of cost 3 or less in your break zone, play it onto the field. And then when a water forward enters, you get to Dola Dude, I believe.
It is probably the normal one Scions in general will play. Because it says play Ishtola from the discard pile.
Instead of paying 4 to pick up a dude, I can pay 4 to play a dude, which is how I prefer it, even though
is
the
it
cost
a 3 cost or is it
reduced,
a
3 or less.
3 or less?
Which is fine, because all the important ones are already there anyways.
You mean Ishtola? Because the 2 new ones
Ishtola,
are not.
Gratia. Thancred doesn't really matter.
Thancred I think is super important.
Yeah, but like picking up Thancred, I'm not.
And
Estinian picks up anyways.
Yeah,
so.
that too. But those 2 are both 4s, and I think they're very important.
Then I put 7-drop Thancred in the deck.
He was in the deck originally. I had to take him out specifically because I wanted to make sure we maxed out on Regis's. And I just felt like we didn't need him to make the deck run.
If you play Underwater Lightning, I mean, if you didn't play the Earth, obviously, but like Water Lightning Science Thancred's really good. I think both Thancreds are good, depending on how you want to do it. But yeah, this Thancred's in there just because he has the ability to break on swing. He doesn't break on play which is whatever, but also because you play water in the deck anyways, if you hit him off Hythlodeus, you get to play something in the process, probably like a 2 or less, but I mean, you have him. And then lastly, we put in 6-drop Amphilia. I think the recursion's nice. She's still a Scion, so it's not hurting you too much in case that mattered for you.
Also, if you're playing the Hythlo deck, she's a 6-drop.
She is a 6-drop for Immelselch, so you can pitch 4, play Immelselch, search this out, and play it.
The main reason we're not playing them Amphilia is strictly just spacing.
Yeah, these are tech cards. They're not mandatory.
And the only reason we're not playing Thancred is name clashing. Because hitting 2 Thancreds off the top with Hythlodeus feels terrible.
Yep.
Hitting just something you already have on board is rough. Hitting 2 of the same card in your thing makes it incredibly hard. Because technically, they both come in. I believe you have to play.
They won't. I mean,
They come in at the same time.
They kill each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I want to make... Oh, let me... Oh,
I don't know if you get their ETBs, but they will kill each other.
I believe both ETBs will activate, but they do kill each other.
Next sleep, while James is
play
looking that
any
up,
number, so you can choose not to. But that's fine.
we have
Weaknesses.
the weaknesses of the deck. So these are the cards that I put in. James can obviously add in whatever he wants to talk about as well.
Actually, honestly, these are all perfect.
But I sat and actually thought about this. I was like, I think these are the cards that will actually just screw your deck over.
We're a
starting
one-job
with
deck.
Shadow Lord.
One-job
deck. Shadow Lord will easily handle this deck.
Yep.
Mist Dragon. He recurs just enough, especially because of Alisei, that Mist Dragon can.
And Alisei, as far as this deck goes, is a very strong opponent.
It can shut down turns.
Mist Dragon
It's actually really
Mist Dragon
funny.
will really fuck us up.
If he's got an Alisei in there and he goes, oh, cool, I'll crack Alphanod to play my Alisei, you're like, nah.
Nope.
So he loses the ability to get Alisei, and he loses the backup in the process. You get to draw a card. Cuchulainn, wow, I blinked on the word there. Cuchulainn, because it either, A, blinks Hythlodeus when they try to Y'shtola it, which is really good.
Depending on the moment, you kind of just have to blink Y'shtola.
Yeah. It can blink Y'shtola. You can blink Selch.
Yep.
So you don't die to things, if that mattered. You can...
the best, if people going forward, if you're going to play this deck, the best way to play the deck, play the turn is Emma Selch into Y'shtola into Hythlo. Because if Y'shtola's on the board, there's nothing they can do to stop you from playing the ability on Hythlo. Because you'll play the Y'shtola, and then all you have to do is go, cool, give it haste. And they have to respond there.
Shouldn't you... All right, hold on. Help me here then.
Okay.
Shouldn't you play Selch Hythlo Y'shtola? Because Hythlo doesn't do anything on enter. There's no ETB on Hythlo, so she's safe. I mean, I guess Selch triggers, but like otherwise it's whatever. And then Y'shtola...
Yeah, so here's the thing.
It's because Selch triggers.
Selch triggers, even if you choose not to play it, Selch triggers, and you have an opportunity to play it. The other reason you have to do it is...
Because I figure getting Y'shtola out there means the second you play Hythlodeus...
at any point, the idea is you need to have...
I guess Hythlo, so when you play Y'shtola, you can use her immediately. But,
the other reason you do it that way is the one thing you want to die first is the Y'shtola. Mm-hmm. You would rather them... you want to get the Y'shtola out first, so that way if you play Hythlo when it triggers them at Selch, if they go to Amma to make sure you don't have the resolve ability, you can tap and get your stuff out.
Yeah. Fair. Okay, cool.
It's just like a certain order is like having Y'shtola out second provides you the most better options. There are still good ones doing the other way.
It's your best line of play, though.
Your best line of play to protect you from things like Amma, Cuchulainn, and all the sorts.
Ratu will probably almost always be up here, unfortunately. It's just, it's so good.
It auto-kills the Y'shtola, which ruins
it auto-kills Emmett Selch, which ruins the combo.
That too.
And then Zidane, because Zidane says, "I'll just remove the Hythlodeus."
It
you just
sucks.
Search for it.
It's a very tough matchup if you can't deal with Zidanes.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that
there's 2 good cards you can play that deal with him. Otherwise, he just sits there.
Yeah. It's a good thing the good card is Y'shtola, so it's the main card for the combo, so it doesn't feel bad.
Moving on to summons. These are the cards that I threw in for summon-wise. Obviously, a lot of things can change, but I think they all are kind of self-explanatory.
Summons, I think the list will be out there. I think for the deck, because of the way I was playing it, just because I wanted to have the most range for what we could hit off of Hythlo, we're only playing 2 summons.
Yeah.
We're playing 2 Mist Dragon. Mm-hmm. So that way our opponents can't Amma or Mist Dragon us. That's it.
But if you wanted to, depending on how you want to play, and because hitting summons doesn't feel so good from Hythlo, but I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
you can play Leviathan because it's generically good. Yep. Cuchulainn, generically good.
Cuchulainn, generically good.
I just said Cuchulainn.
I thought I said Kusith.
I said Cuchulainn.
Oh, I thought you said Kusith. Kusith,
generically I'm saying Colin now. Screw this. I'm going with Smite terms just to differentiate. Kusith recurs. Mist Dragon, obviously, Mist Dragon stops any summon 5 or low.
Mist Dragon stops the good stuff for us.
It helps keep your board stabilized. And then Odin was just thrown in there because you're playing Lightning, and like Odin's honestly not a terrible card.
There's a lot of really good Lightning summons right now, which is nuts.
There's a lot of good Odins. Too bad they
Ixion's real good too, but
we can make a Ramu deck, and I don't like it.
Ixion's real good too, but like our board's already real small.
Yeah, but Ixion in general, like this isn't seeing play.
Yeah,
it should.
I mean, it should. PPR is going to be very nuts this next format, I think.
Yeah, Ixion is going to be the thing that deals with it the most. Next.
Here's the thing. Ixion also deals with Knights.
Mm-hmm. It deals with the cards that matter the most in Knights. It doesn't hit the top end, but it hits the lower cards.
It deals with everything you want to deal with in Knights.
Which is
Charlotte, because you want to leave Corella on the board.
Beatrix and or Laszlo.
And you don't care if you get rid of... Honestly, getting rid of the Brahms is kind of important, too, because you don't want them to stick out there and go bip, 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 bip. But it gets rid of all the small dudes, so Ramza can't just auto-do the thing. Mm-hmm. And it gets rid of Corella. You kind of, like, take Corella out of the game, because it doesn't matter once it's on board.
Yeah. Lastly, limits. I don't know what you played, but I thought these are just the better ones.
Mod's very good in this deck.
Yeah, Mod's Brave is nice.
Because it says that Stola can give first strike all the time. You go swing. Do you want to block? First strike itself?
Noctis recurs. Cloud break. I think Cloud's one of the best limits that we have in the game.
Yeah.
In terms of just generic, easy to put out, he's so good.
Same thing with Leo.
Which is funny. I think it was mentioned before in one of Ghoul's videos, shout out to Ghoul, that not a lot of top decks play Cloud, which makes it harder for them to kill the smaller things. And that's why I think Cloud's so important, because the smaller things are scary.
The other thing is none of the top decks right now play Lightning.
Yeah. Tidus, busted as hell. Tidus
go wide. You go wide sometimes in this deck.
Yeah,
so.
And Tidus is a limit break based card anyway. Like, it represents what limit break should be. Leo, when in doubt, baby.
Yo.
And then Ludifreya also, in my opinion, I don't know what it is with water, why the water limit breaks are so good. But, yeah, Ludifreya also just a solid card to put out there, because you can either hit an EX or you can grab a card you're searching for off the top 5, which is really good.
Yeah.
And not only do you hit an EX and use the EX, but it still goes back to your hand too, which is nuts.
It's also really good in our deck specifically, too. Not because we don't actually play enough EX bursts for her to matter, but because we're playing 3 colors, it can sometimes make color fixing harder. So it means if you ever have water at some point and can't color fix the way you want to, but you have throwaway cards, you can pitch the water and whatever else you want to throw away to set up things.
Yeah.
I also think, because I saw it on there, Edge is also a very good card for this deck.
With Lightning, yes.
Because we play a bunch of Lightning and we spam dudes out. Like, it's a very cool combo.
But that kind of wraps it up. There's not too much to really go into.
Yeah, the combo is real easy. You can probably see the combo a bunch of different times, different ways.
Deck list will be in the description below, but also don't be afraid to throw in whatever cards you want in the deck. I mean, it doesn't have to be Scion based entirely. You realistically could just play Y'shtola.
Yeah. Just
for the haste aspect and go from there.
Yeah.
Which is still good.
Yeah. If you have any other things you think we missed for this deck specifically, you can let us know.
Yeah.
I know I'm holding a Hythlo deck right here. It's a different deck that I'm working on that no one will ever know.
He's definitely going to play it soon.
I'm going to play it all the time, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he likes it. It's just Marv with Hythlo.
This is literally my favorite deck right now.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always...
make sure to check out all of our content on Patreon.
Yeah, these go up a week before on Patreon.
Early on
and
Patreon.
Then the showcase follows right after. Does it not? Do you not put the showcase matches on?
I forgot to put the showcase up this week. I was going to put them up on the same day.
I'm going to write you a list.
I actually was supposed to make a list. I forgot to make the list. I made a list at work of what I need to remember to do at home, and I left the list at work, and it probably got thrown away. And I didn't make the list when I came home because I forgot the list at work. My list to not forget the list, forgot the list.
Oh my god.
So make sure to support us on Patreon if you want to see the content a week early. Most of our content a week early.
What do you mean by that?
Because I didn't post the thing.
Oh, got it, because you forgot. Yeah.
If you have any suggestions...
I thought you were throwing everything out. I was like, oh, God.
If you have any other content suggestions when it comes to like the best of decks, if you have cool suggestions for decks you want to see in the future, I know we're doing this one. 13 should be, as the time of recording, should be out on Patreon. Will be out on public at the end of the week.
YouTube.
At the time of recording, it'll be like 4 days from now. And then I think we also have a PPE deck worked up, right?
Yeah, Palamporum. We're working on twins. I'm deciding whether I'm doing Palamporum.
No R's. No hard R's.
No hard R's between us. I'm deciding whether to do Palamporum with monsters or Palamporum with...
It's very frustrating at time of recording because we already had planned and recorded everything but this main type of video for Palamporum Tyvis deck, that deck that he was working on. And then during the time of recording the day before...
YYT posted theirs, and I went, alright, so the monster list is what we're working with now, more than likely. Or it just comes out later. I mean,
It'll probably come out.
They're both pretty similar. Shout outs to YYT and Sarah especially.
I mean,
Sarah
you did say you saw that deck and said I want to try it. Yeah.
Nobody's dealing with.
It's my least favorite thing because me and you had both talked about how much I was going to enjoy playing Imbecilch and Hythlo when it came out, and then immediately before release, YYT already had a Hythlo deck list up, and I'm like, damn, I don't, because it happened the same way with Arden. Where I was like, I'm going to build a cool Arden deck just for me.
And then they made theirs.
And I went, fucking what? How am I supposed to make anything fun and not look like I'm net decking YYT?
Happens.
It's okay. I've been playing the same deck since Arden came out.
Yeah,
so.
basically. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night.
And as always, stay alert.